Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. Today we're taking a really close look at a fascinating piece of consumer tech, the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 4 earbuds. Now on paper, these things are the crown jewels of the audiophile world. They're absolutely packed with cutting-edge tech and, you guessed it, a premium price tag to match. But when we actually look at how the market received them, well, we stumble into a bit of a mystery. Because this isn't just your standard story about a good or bad product. It's a story of extreme polarization. I mean, for some buyers, these are a literal musical revelation. But for others, they're a deeply frustrating tech headache. So let's unpack the data and see what's really going on here.
And this right here perfectly illustrates the core of our mystery. Sennheiser is a legendary brand. They've got a 75-year history of German engineering and audio excellence. They promise audio perfection. They literally promise to give you goosebumps. Yet, when we step back and look at the reality of over 1,200 global ratings on Amazon, these premium earbuds are sitting at a shockingly mediocre 3.7 out of 5 stars. For a product that regularly retails well over the $200 mark, a 3.7-star average is frankly a massive red flag. So what gives? Where is the disconnect between the high-end marketing promises and the reality of what customers are actually experiencing?
Section 1. Next-Gen Tech Specs, the promise of perfection.
Before we can really understand the disappointment, we've got to understand the promise, right? And the promise is all about cutting-edge, next-generation technology. Sennheiser aggressively tried to future-proof these earbuds. Let's just quickly rattle through these technical buzzwords. You've got Bluetooth 5.4, which is the absolute latest standard for wireless connectivity. You have LE Audio and Auracast readiness, which, is set to completely revolutionize how we share and stream audio in public spaces. Oh, and for the hardcore music lovers, there's aptX lossless support, meaning you can stream uncompressed, high-fidelity audio right over the air. All of this is pumped through Sennheiser's signature True Response transducer system. Honestly, on paper, these specs totally justify the premium price tag.
And to top the whole shebang off, Sennheiser claims a massive 30 hours of total playback time with the included charging case. They even throw in a quick charge feature. Just an 8-minute charge gets you an hour of playtime. So the expectation for the buyer is crystal clear from the jump. Unparalleled, high-fidelity sound wrapped up on a reliable, all-day package that you won't have to constantly babysit on a charger.
Section 2. The Reality Check, a polarized reception.
Stepping out of the marketing brochure and into the actual data reveals a deeply, deeply polarized product. 54% of buyers gave these earbuds a flawless 5-star rating. They absolutely loved them. But, and this is a big but, a massive 18% of buyers, we're talking nearly 1 in 5 people, gave this premium products a 1-star rating, the lowest score possible. In the world of premium electronics, seeing almost 20% of your customer base actively hating the product, that is highly unusual. There is almost zero middle ground here. You either love the Momentum 4s or they completely fail you.
Section 3. The audiophile experience, pure sound.
So let's start by looking at the happy 54%. When we filter the data to figure out why people love these earbuds, one singular theme shines through above everything else: pure, audiophile-grade sound quality. I absolutely love this vivid quote from a reviewer. They said, "They open up beautifully like a decanted wine and turn into a different set of buds entirely." Now what's super interesting here is the caveat. Users constantly note that you absolutely must use Sennheiser's personalized sound profile EQ in their app. Out of the box, some found them just a bit dull. But once calibrated to your specific hearing, wow! Users report an incredibly crisp, clean sound with stark separation between vocals and instruments. One reviewer even said it felt like the artist was playing the music right next to them in the room.
And the data backs this up emphatically. Out of 375 specific customer mentions analyzing sound quality, a massive 269 were overwhelmingly positive. Customers are describing the audio as amazing, extremely clear, and boasting a wide, detailed soundstage. Actually, even users who ended up returning the earbuds for other reasons often admitted that the audio fidelity was the best they'd ever heard in a wireless format. When it comes to pure sound, Sennheiser undeniably delivered on that 75-year legacy. Section 4. The Reliability Reality Check, Dueling Experiences. But here's the harsh reality. You can't listen to beautiful audio if the earbuds simply won't turn on. Contrast that glowing, decanted wine praise with this incredibly frustrating anecdote. Roughly around the month-and-a-half mark, the right earbuds stopped working completely. And sadly, this isn't an isolated complaint. The review data is just littered with stories of sudden hardware failure.
Users describe their earbuds suddenly emitting crackling noises, going entirely dead, or just refusing to pair after only a few weeks of normal use. Just imagine spending hundreds of dollars on premium audio, only to have one earbud turn into a useless piece of plastic right outside the 30-day return window.
The crucial takeaway here is this crazy duality of experience. It's honestly like two completely different products are being shipped to people. For some users, they boast great noise cancellation and zero connectivity issues. It's flawless. Yet for others, they're plagued by a constant white noise hissing from the active noise cancellation, and they complain that the earbuds disconnect constantly during workouts or even while just sitting at a desk. Even that futuristic Bluetooth 5.4 we talked about seems glitchy for a significant chunk of the user base, particularly when connecting to laptops or switching between different devices.
Doing a deeper sentiment analysis on specific pain points brutally exposes exactly why that overall rating is getting dragged down. For connectivity, we have almost double the negative mentions compared to positive, 62 negative to just 33 positive. For reliability, it's even worse, 71 negative mentions versus only 27 positive. And durability, 58 negative to a mere 18 positive. The data paints a very clear picture. Despite the stellar sound, the hardware and software foundations holding that sound together are remarkably fragile for a lot of consumers.
And the frustrations definitely extend to that promised 30-hour battery life. Just listen to this user's experience. I have many mornings of waking up to them not charged or close to 10% charged. Other users reported the earbuds only lasting about 5 hours on a single use, which falls way short of expectations. There are multiple reports of the charging case failing to actually charge the buds unless they were positioned perfectly, or the case itself simply dying after a few months. For a device you use every single day, waking up to dead earbuds is a huge friction point.
Section 5. The final verdict. The consumer's dilemma.
Bringing all this data together, here is the ultimate trade-off you're making. What we have here isn't a bad product, but rather a profoundly inconsistent one. On the one hand, you have incredible, class-leading sound quality. If you get a good pair and you take the time to tune the EQ, you're getting an audio experience that rivals almost anything else out there, backed by futuristic specs like Auracast. But on the other hand, you are accepting a demonstrably high risk of hardware failure, glitchy Bluetooth, and questionable durability. You're basically trading guaranteed everyday reliability for fleeting moments of sheer audio brilliance.
Which leaves us with one final, provocative question. Knowing the data, knowing that nearly 20% of buyers have a terrible experience, but also knowing that the audio quality is legitimately spectacular, are you willing to gamble on reliability for top-tier sound? Is the 3.7-star reality worth the audiophile promise? It's a really fascinating look at how even the very best audio engineering can be undone by basic hardware reliability. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I hope this data helps you make an informed choice for your own setup.